Roxton Morrison was born and raised in Vinton and graduated from Vinton-Shellsburg High School in 2010. In January of 2012, Roxton went for basic training through the United States Army to become a combat engineer. In September of 2012, shortly after completing basic training, Roxton deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. During Roxton's deployment, his unit was tasked with route clearance for an infantry unit. Roxton's job proved to walk alongside vehicles with equipment designed to detect ground wires linked to IEDs and as a gunner. In 2014, Roxton received an honorable discharge and moved back home. Since Roxton's discharge, he has served as an emergency medical services clinician, police officer, death investigator, teacher, and crisis worker. Roxton has obtained several degrees, including an associate's, bachelor's, 2 masters, and most recently a PhD in human services in November of 2023. Roxton now lives with a mission and passion to reduce the stigma of health-seeking behaviors for veterans and emergency services personnel in regards to mental health.
Good morning. How important did I have to keep this under 10 minutes about 9 times, so I will be sure to do that. I was very honored today to receive an invitation to speak when I heard that money being donated was going to be going to Retrieving Freedom. In 2014, as Charlie said, I got discharged from the military. As many veterans do, I encountered physical and mental health challenges while I was in the Army. Due to the very stigmatized professions that I wanted to do when I got out in emergency services, I did not seek any kind of assistance, certainly I did not seek service there. And so, as some of us know that experience physical and mental health challenges, unfortunately those things don't just go away, especially as we get older with the physical challenges, they tend to just continue to catch up to us. In 2022, I decided to make my own animal, Nico, service dog, and it's been an incredible difference. Unfortunately, Nico is going to be 10 in January, and I knew that this how impactful he has been, that I needed to continue to have that support. So I found Retrieving Freedom, who's been absolutely amazing. They are some of the most professional people that I've ever worked with, and the service and even just dedication that I've already received before getting an animal has been tremendous. Retrieving Freedom has a program that you can enter as a veteran who's experiencing physical or mental health challenges, and they work with you over, I think it's an average of 2 years. And you go in and you train with these dogs weekly, monthly, more frequently as you get to where you're matched with your service animal. And they're trained in so many different tasks, from things like being able to support you as you get up off the ground, pull you up off the couch, retrieve items off the ground so you don't have to bend over. And then other ones that are for mental health, such as deep pressure therapy or blocking from crowds so people cannot get too close to you. And some of these tasks truly make a difference when we're looking at veterans who don't even want to or refuse to go out in public without this type of support because they're too scared or they don't have anything to be grounded in. And that's what dogs allow us to do, is they allow us to feel them and be grounded to something other than the anxiety or things that we're experiencing in that moment. There is nothing more loyal in this world than a dog. I think we could probably all agree with that, even if you don't like dogs. And so finding a place that's willing to do that training, and they donate these dogs to veterans with disabilities. It takes about $10,000 to raise one dog. $10,000 to raise one dog. They have multiple dogs at one time and multiple people training. So when you go in, they're taking an hour to 2 hour time slot for you, usually with 2 trainers, and they're dedicating that time to working you through the commands and the tasks that are going to be needed for you to be successful in life going forward. It's a lifelong relationship with a lot of people also don't realize. So as this next job that I'm getting will age out of working at some point, right? I call them and I say, I'm in need of a new dog again, and I go to the top of the list and we find the next dog that's going to be able to continue to support me. If there's an issue with the dog, maybe a task becomes harder and they're not picking up on it, or maybe they get attacked by another dog. We can call Retrieving Freedom, go back in, work through those issues, and they're there for lifelong support. So there's only one other organization in Iowa that I have found, and it's certainly not local, it's about 2.5 hours away. So Retrieving Freedom is an incredible resource for veterans that we have here that a lot of people probably don't know about. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be able to highlight and promote them.
Thank you, Braxton, for speaking for us today and for your attendance here at our Veterans Day Assembly. In honor of our veterans, today we are here to commemorate Veterans Day. Veterans Day was first called Armistice Day. This day signaled the end of World War I, the war to end all wars. The armistice was signed at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, bringing silence to the Western Front 105 years ago. The celebration of Veterans Day is held on November 11th every year. This day is set aside to honor and remember the men and women in the military who served the United States at any time, whether it be during war or peacetime.
In the Vinton-Shellsburg community, we are very fortunate to have strong veteran organizations. These groups place flags at the local cemeteries, provide the color guard at our football games and parades, donate scholarships, and visit our classrooms to enlighten us with their experience and knowledge. We would like to recognize our local veteran organizations for their contribution to our community. Will the following commanders please stand? Commander James Sanders of the Shellsburg American Legion. Jenny Miller of the Benton County Airmen. And Fritz Noren of the Vinton American Legion. Thank you, and each of your organizations for their commitment to our community and country.
At this time, we would like to give our honored guests the opportunity to introduce themselves, explain their service, and provide any other remarks they would like to share with us today. As a small gesture of our gratitude, we are presenting each veteran with a red carnation. This is a symbolic stand for the traditional red poppy.
My name's Alan. I served in the United States Marine Corps from 2002 to 2007. And I wanted to take this opportunity to touch on what Braxton said about mental health. If you are unaware, every day 22 veterans lose their own battle to mental health. And they choose to end their lives. And that's considerably more than what actually has died during the wars themselves. So consider donating time or money if you can to programs.
My name is Karen Fish. I'm with the United States Marine Corps from 1987 to 1991. My MOS, my job was 3521 Automobile Mechanic.
Hello, Alex. I'm with the United States Marine Corps from 1960 to 1965.
Leslie Rose. I don't have the guard. So 1990 to 2013.
My name is Alan Bush. I served in the U.S. Army from 1966 to 1973, from 73 to 98, National Guard. Entered Vietnam under the storm. Dale Hervis, I was in the U.S. Army. I was drafted at 69 through 71, and I did a lot of growing up in that area.
also served in the Ohio Army National Guard 2010 to 2018.
Fritz Norman, U.S. Navy, 1988 to 2005, Chief Ratingman. I do want to thank Kelly, staff, and her crew who put this program together. It means a lot to veterans. It's good for the community to come together. I also want to shout out Thursday night, there's a tenderloin dinner at the Legion. Veterans and active duty free. That's on us. Thank you for your service.
Mike Naylor served from 1975 to 1995 in the United States Army. I was assigned to the 2nd Airborne Division and the 7th Special Forces Group. I've either voluntarily or involuntarily visited 34 countries. And it's an experience I'll never forget.
Larry Cosper, U.S. Navy. I was aviation fire control technician, fixed the radar in front of the fighter aircraft. They missed, they always blamed us. Dave Travis, I was in the United States Air Force, and from 64 to 68, started out and doing the Cold War when we had a missile, ended up supporting the B-52s, just flying to Vietnam every day.
Sergeant Class Brian Miller, actively served in the U.S. Army since 2006.
Joe Earl, United States Marine Corps, 2001 to 2005, infantry.
I'm still young enough to stand, so I went over 80 United States Army, we taught the United States Navy from 61 to 67. For the last 14 years, I've been involved with Eastern Iowa Honor Flight, sending veterans to Washington, D.C., and so far we've sent over 5,000 to Washington, D.C. on 50.
Sergeant James Shelby, United States Air Force. I was a missile guidance technician on the Atlas missile stationed in Vandenberg Air Force Base, California, from 1963 to 1967. Thank you.
Well, if Roger can stand, so can I. I served from 1969 to 72 for the United States Coast Guard. Both Coast Guards. I provided dental care for recruits, permanent party, dependents, and little ones, and was finally known as Uncle Al the Kitty's pal.
Dave Dodds, served with the United States Air Force from 1974 to 94. I also served during the Gulf War.
John Anderson. I was drafted into the Army in 1967. Served a 1-year tour in South Vietnam from 68 to 69. If I'd have known then, I'd have been in the Coast Guard too.
Good morning. I'm Rob Levis, Army 1987 to 2008. I'd like to thank you all for being here today. I'd also ask that we don't forget the family members, the spouses and kids of the veterans, because they make a lot of sacrifices for the services. Thank you.
I'm Robert Deal. I served in the United States Army 1967 to 1970. Ended up in the Forgotten War in Korea that a lot of people don't remember. But we also had people who got killed. And I also served third duty in Germany.
Served in the Army Reserve 67 to 72.
Guard, mostly full-time.
My name is Dennis Snow. I served in the United States Air Force from March of 1962 to March of 1984. I was a crew chief on a KC-135 aircraft, and I was probably in at least 30 countries over the 22 years.
I don't care what Roger says, I'm not going to stand. I'm the youngest of 4 boys. We grew up in Brandon, the Brandon crowd. All 4 of us served in the military. My oldest brother was in the Air Force, did a tour in Vietnam. My next brother was drafted. He spent most of his time in Germany. My 3rd brother enlisted for 3 years, and he spent 2.5 years in Vietnam. Myself, I joined when I was still in high school and went active as soon as I graduated. I spent 4 years in the Navy, mostly in the Atlantic area. And I also have 2 sons that were in the military. My youngest was in Kuwait and spent almost 8 years. And my other son was in North Carolina for 4 years.
I served in the U.S. Navy from 1969 to 1973.
I can't stand up here without these comparison and great ideas. I'd like to have Olivia, Abram, Jael, and Mary. Thank you.
My name is Don Rocky. The Army. As a medic. I drove an ambulance and watched for people that need help. And help them, transporting them to the hospital when they needed it, and so on. Years old.
My name is Jerry Blank. I was in the Army over in Europe in a tank unit.
I was in the U.S. Air Force from 1970 to 1976, 2 tours in Vietnam.
name is Audrey Schmidt. I am Emily and Connor and Dennis' mom. I served for 10 years in the U.S. Air Force. I was a fighter jet mechanic, crew chief on F-16s. For most of that, I served in, Germany, New Mexico, Iraq, and South Carolina. Thank you for singing for us.
Good morning. I'm Al Aragon. I served in the Army from 1984 to 1990. I was a medic. And I'd like to thank my daughters, Athena, and I've graduated 3 other daughters. So thank you to the teachers, the administration, for all that you've done to educate. So thank you.
My name is Michael Curran. I was in the United States Navy for 6 years. I'm an aircraft carrier.
I served in the United States Army, 1971 to 1976.
Good morning, my name is Mandy Hollenbeck. I served in the Air Force for 11 years, 2005 to 2016. I was a fuel system mechanic. I deployed in Kuwait and Guantanamo Bay. I'd like to say hi to my kindergartner, Jordan Lebeck, and my son, Max Hollenbeck. And thank you for having me, and also thank you to all the teachers for all of the great care you give our kids every day.
I'm David Gates, and I served in the Navy from 1961 to 1965 as a hospital foreman. Never made it on a ship, but I was 2 or 3 other places in the country.
John Cady, I served in the Army 62 to 68.
I was in the U.S. Air Force, and I'd like to remind all these veterans here of the experience that we all went through. I went through a physical in Des Moines, and we had this opportunity to gather together, and that was, they gave us a bottle that told us to pee in. Well, we went into this room with other veterans, and there was always someone who could pee, so we passed the bottle. That way, we all got through it.
I think I had that. I'm Larry Beatty. I served in the Navy from 69 to 72. I was on the USS Chicago, which was a guided missile cruiser. I served 2 tours of duty to the Gulf of Tonkin in Vietnam. Thank you.
Ryan Stansel, United States Marine Corps, infantry, 1998 to 2002, Operation Very Freedom.
I've been through Afghanistan, Iraq.
I'm Keith Irvin. I graduated from Middle Lincoln High School in 1952. Served in the Army. My wife put me 56 to 1958, over 10 years.
Stephanie Hummelson. I went to college at Iowa State, got commissioned through the Air Force ROTC program, served in the Air Force from 1996 through 2000 in Utah, Oklahoma, and over in Germany.
I'm Ron Geiger, born and raised in Vinton. I got in here and graduated from high school in 1960. And I figured I would do something, so I went right into the United States Air Force. Spent 23 years in the Air Force and had nothing but fun and work and lots of people there.
My name is Joe Kaiser. Serving in the United States Marine Corps, 70 to 71. And I'm a veteran. And my grandson, a worker, talked to me and said, why not? Come to the show. So I put it on my bucket list.
Dean Roberts, United States Navy engineman from 1977 to 83. I just want to thank my granddaughters, Tinsley and Harlow, for inviting me here today. Thank you, ladies.
Tyler Garrett, served U.S. Army from 2004 to 2012. I'm here also for my son, he wanted to show up today, so here I am. Served 2 years in Iraq.
My name is Old Fink. Back in 1966, people had heard being in the service, so I joined the Army Reserves and served in the Army Reserves from 1965 to 1971 in communications. I too would like to thank the school system for putting on this program, for acknowledging the veterans, the youth that show up and are here. Maybe you didn't have an option, but thank you. Thank you so much.
United States Marine Corps from 1969 to 71. Served in the Navy and survey for artillery guns, fire direction control for fire direction control for artillery guns. And I'd like to say a shout out to Kate, who's an 8th grader, Kate Gardeman, Natalie Gardeman, Landon Gardeman, and Avery Gardeman. Hi, kids.
George Christensen, U.S. Army, 1963 and 1965.
In memory, William Spidell. World War I, U.S. Army, France. In memory, Dale Spidell. World War II, U.S. Army, European Theater. Myself, Dave Spidell, U.S. Army, 1972 to 1974. Fort Hood, Texas, 2nd Armored Division. Last draftee from Vinton County.
My name is Jared Parler. I served in the Iowa Army National Guard from 1999 until 2019. I served largely with the 133 here in Northeast Iowa. I spent 2005 to 7 in Iraq, 2010 and 11 in Afghanistan. And I'd like to recognize other members of my family too. My father Rick, who was a Marine, and also in the Iowa Army National Guard. My mother Pam, who was a medic, nurse in the Iowa Army National Guard. And my brother Ben, who was in the Iowa Army National Guard and served with me in Iraq. Thanks.
Dave Madison, serving from 2006 to present, infantry, and thank you for heavily torn and Loxley and my wife telling me I need to be here. Thanks for putting on this program.
My name is Chris Jorgensen. I retired 7 haircuts ago, 36 years in the Iowa Army National Guard, primarily infantry, deployed to Iraq, Afghanistan, a couple peace Turkeys in Kosovo. I still have my hand in as a civilian trainer for the National Guard. I want to thank the school system.
My name is Albert Johnson, and I served in the Army from 51 to 53.
Combat in the United States Army, 2004-2014, one combat tour to Afghanistan. Brandon Farmer, National Guard, 2008-2018.
We would also like for any veterans in the audience to please stand. Reprieve!
Along with our veterans, we are growing the support system and help surround them. Will the auxiliary members, family members of veterans, active military personnel, please stand. We honor your sacrifice with another round of applause. Thank you.
Our 4th and 5th grade students have been preparing and now sing on Veterans Day in a grateful nation to show their appreciation and gratitude for Veterans Day.
During the month of October, staff throughout your district wore sweats as a part of the donation drive for Retrieving Freedom. This year's fundraiser raised $2,850. Mrs. Kelly Seven will present these funds on behalf of the Vinton-Shellsburg staff and introduce the Retrieving Freedom representative, Mr. Calvin Vermont.
It is my pleasure to have Mr. Vermont here today. He joined Retrieving Freedom just over a year ago, bringing with him a background in fundraising and summer camp programming. Before joining, his knowledge of service dogs was limited to guide dogs for the blind. Since then, he's discovered the incredible variety of service dogs and the profound impact they have on the lives of those they serve. Working at Retrieving Freedom has been a transformative experience, offering him the chance to change lives and make a meaningful difference in the world. We invite Mr. Vermont to say a few words about Retrieving Freedom, about the Retrieving Freedom organization at this time.
It's a pleasure to be here this morning, and thank you so much for this gift. This gift is going to go towards changing lives. When we look at Silverstone, Broxton has, we will have placed about 20 dogs this year with various veterans and families that need them. And these dogs truly do change their lives. They allow them to get out into public and feel confident do that. It helps them with PTSD symptoms or traumatic brain injuries. It helps them with disability issues and just being able to do things. These dogs will pick up things as small as paper off the floor, or they'll pick up a credit card off this kind of a floor. And if you drop those things, you need them. And if you can't pick up those areas off, these dogs will do that for them. And so much more. And so it's a pleasure to be here. Like I said, Returning Freedom started out in Waverly, and we are looking for fosters. If any of you are interested in being a weekend foster or a teacher foster, teachers think about that. Have a dog come into your class. It's great training for the dogs, and it's great training for your students. This money will go very far towards changing the life. So thank you very much for that.
Choirs will now perform a special song for this occasion entitled A Tribute to the Armed Services. This performance will honor each branch of the military with specific songs. Veterans, when you hear your respective song, please feel free to stand and be honored. Audience members, we ask for your active listening during the songs, but please refrain from clapping along so that our veterans can better hear the branch songs.
Oh!
Please rise and follow the projected lyrics as the class. followed by a moment of silence, honoring all those who have died and still in harm's way around the world. Please rise for the playing of the task.
can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the more than 650,000 American service members who died in battle, or the 1.4 million who were wounded. We can, however, recognize and thank over 25 million veterans who are still living today. It is our privilege to say thank you to all of America's veterans. Let them know that we appreciate them for their service and honor them for their sacrifices. The price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those willing to pay it. That is why today we celebrate America's veterans for keeping this nation in the land of the free and the brave. As our assembly draws to an end, we ask that you please stand as a hilarious part of retirement.
Thank you everyone for attending this year's Veterans Day Assembly, and thank you to all the veterans for your service, past or present, as well as your attendance here today. We are forever in debt to you all. As a side note, the 6th grade art class and the high school art classes have made these copies on the stage. All veterans are welcome and encouraged to